Is it important that your organization have a vision? One of the things that is cliche, it's what we would say at Axiom's cliche. Every company is told you got to have mission, vision, values, often in that order. And I think that's a big mistake, but we'll get to that in another video. I want to focus on vision today because I want to ask the question legitimately, does it matter if your organization has a vision or not? And it's important to be specific about terms because a lot of this comes down to semantics. So if we're clear on terms, what does vision mean in the context of how Axiom addresses it? Well, we have a very simple definition. The over the horizon destination that you and your team are moving toward together. That's it. So is it important, forget about the word vision, is it important for you and your team to have an over the horizon destination that you're working toward together? I think that is obvious. If you phrase the question that way, instead of having should I have a vision statement, I think it's obvious. Yes, absolutely. Now, a lot of business owners will have that in their head. They'll have an idea of where they're going in their head. A vision statement puts that down on paper where you can get it out of your head onto paper so it can get into somebody else's head. And obviously that happens through conversation as well, but it has to be memorialized in something that's not going to change day in, day out. It's not open to interpretation. That's why a vision statement is so important. And that's why it makes sense for you to attack it intentionally. And companies will spend days working on a vision statement. Then we'll try it out for a few weeks, come back to it before we put it out there into the world and start communicating it to our team. And it really is for your team. I don't care if it goes on your website. It probably shouldn't even go on your website. Your vision is for your team. We use this analogy of a road trip. If we're going to take a road trip together and I say, we're going to this destination, you know where we're going and you know that it's going to take a while to get there. And you know that there are going to be obstacles in the way. We're going to get hungry. We're going to get tired. We might have to change a flat tire or find an alternate route. But the people who are traveling along the road with us, the other cars going down the highway or passing us on the road, they don't care about our destination. That's not important to them. Their destination is important to the people in their car. So your team deserves to have a vision. Now, years ago, when I was starting to do this work, I felt like all visions had to have a number in them. We even have a worksheet that's called the Vision Numbers Worksheet that gets business owners to kind of brainstorm what are the different numbers that might describe that over the horizon picture that they're trying to get to. But I've since come to learn that not every business owner is wired the right way. Just because I like numbers and vision statements doesn't mean that that is going to provide the type of vision statement that describes what another business owner is trying to get to. So we at Axiom have developed these 6 templates that we'll use, and we will. I'll send you these if you want to reach out. There's 6 vision templates. There's quantitative, which is that numbers type of vision statement that I described. There's a qualitative vision statement that is the best of, or the best place to work, or the most impactful, or the business of choice, or the undisputed leader. Those types of things are all qualitative. Transformative have to do with changing a place or changing an industry or changing the perception of a profession. Advocacy has to do with we are championing a specific type of person. That could be an employee. We have a client whose vision is all about advocacy for the people doing the work who are out there in the field, because that's the route that the business owners came up through. And they really want to provide a better quality of life for those types of people. Evangelistic is about getting a certain message out there. And then finally, transitional usually has to do with some kind of industry transition or world transition that's happening that we have to adapt to and become a different type of company than the one we have been in the past. I believe that vision statements are one of the most fundamental pieces of communication that you need to have. They need to be pervasive across your company. Everybody in your organization needs to know what the destination is. It's that important.